So welcome everybody. It's really nice actually to have a little chat at the beginning of a class, but you don't have to if you don't want to. You can literally just hop right in at the start of this class as well. So it's just an opportunity to maybe see some familiar faces or hear some conversation, but absolutely just jump in at this point and you can just start your practice in a very peaceful way. So welcome everybody. This is the fifth live class that I've done this week, and it's a big learning curve for us all. We're going to use a chair today, and we're going to start standing up. So if you just grab your chair and put it at the narrow end of your mat and have the back of the chair facing you. Okay, we're just going to start by opening up and stretching the back. Okay, so you're going to turn to face the chair and have your hands resting on the top of the chair. The chair today really is to help support us with our balance, okay? So take a big step back with your right foot, joined by the left, and you're going to come down and begin to stretch the body out. Just start by focusing on the upper body first of all, okay? So it's almost as if you're sending the arms and the hands towards the wall beyond the chair, okay? So try not to pull on the chair, just make sure it doesn't fall back, okay? You're lengthening the spine towards the chair. And just take a few deep breaths and send that breath into the back body, or imagine that you're expanding the side ribs. So you take a breath in and breath out. And also think about the head, okay? We're not allowing the head just to dangle down through the arms, okay? We're maintaining the head so that the ears are somewhere in line with those upper arms. And then we can lengthen the spine even more. So just imagine that you're drawing your hips to the opposite wall, okay? It's almost as if someone's just put their fingers around the front of your hips and very gently drawing your hips to the opposite wall. So you've got your hands reaching beyond the chair and the hips reaching out in the other direction. And you might start to feel then that the legs begin to get involved, okay? So you're lifting up now through the sit bones, and you'll start to feel maybe the hamstrings get involved. And then soften the knees and very carefully bring yourself back up and rest the arms down by the side. Now remember, at all times you're working to your measure, okay? Don't feel you need to hold these poses for as long as I offer, okay? Just be very kind to yourself and listen to your body, and you might find you feel a lot stiffer in the morning than maybe you do in the evening, okay? So a little bit more work with warming up the body. We're going to take a big step back with the right leg, okay? Nice big step back with the right leg, but then we're going to come to those straight legs. The toes are facing forward towards the chair, and we're just thinking about this back leg, okay? Think about the heel of that back foot and try and send that heel down into the floor. You might already feel this in the calf muscle, but we can increase the intensity of this stretch, okay, by taking a breath in. And as you breathe out, you're simply going to bend that left knee. Try and keep that back heel down, okay? So you're only bending this this left leg, as much as you still can keep connection with that back heel. And bring that leg forward. Good. I'm going to go to the other side. Okay, nice big step back with the left leg. Going for straight legs, toes facing forward. And then just begin to feel that stretch, that lengthening down the back leg. Now I feel this in my calf muscle, okay, but you may be feeling this somewhere quite different. You might feel it in the back of the ankle, the Achilles tendon, maybe in the hamstring. Keeping that back heel down, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, just bend that front leg. And begin to feel a deeper lengthening down the back. Well done. And slowly come on up and rest the arms down by the side. Bit of a combination of those two moves now. Okay, still working with warming the back body. Rest the hands on the chair. Big step back with that right leg. Toes facing forward. This time, we're going to keep the legs straight, but we're going to bring the front body down. This means the arms will go beyond the chair. And now you might feel it more in that front leg. Okay, maybe, maybe not. Maybe you feel it somewhere completely different. I'm still maintaining the head in between the upper arms. And I'm still thinking about that back heel grounding down, but I am lengthening the arms towards the wall opposite and drawing the hips to the other wall. And then soften that knee and carefully bring yourself back up again. Okay, other side. So nice big step back with that left foot. Straightening the legs and then drawing the hips to the wall behind you as you very carefully lower the front body down and begin to lengthen that two-way stretch. Well done. And you're going to very gently soften that knee and bring yourself back up again. Just rest the arms down by the side. Just let the body settle for a moment. And now we're going to come into the center of the mat. We can move the chair out the way, and I would suggest you pop it just at the top end at the side, okay, because we'll be using it to help with our balance in a moment. But first of all, let's explore how we're feeling right now through our beautiful Tadasana, our mountain pose. So you can either have the feet together or have them a little bit further apart if you're working with your balance, okay? But with our mountain pose, we first start exploring that connection with the soles of the feet and the floor. So first of all, just see if you can notice the sensation of the fabric underneath the soles of the feet, okay? So just see if you can sense maybe the feeling of the mat. I'm quite aware of this because usually I practice in class on a different type of mat, and my home mat feels quite different. So I can really sense that there's a difference in the fabric of my mat. And then begin to explore whether you've got more weight pushing down through one side of the feet to the other, okay? Might be that you lean deeper down on one side of the body than the other, and see if you can bring those levels evenly. And we can look at this even more. So notice if you have more weight into the balls of the feet or the heels. And try and even out. So you spread the weight evenly through the soles of the feet. And then we take our awareness up the legs. We're drawing the thighs up towards the torso. We can gently draw the belly back in. And that drifts the tailbone down. We can feel quite contained in this midsection. And see if you can lift up as if you're creating more space between the top hip and the lower rib. The shoulders are relaxed, and the arms hang down by the side. Then you have this imaginary golden thread from the top of your head lifting you up. So this is your perfect posture, your mountain pose. And from here, we're going to take a breath in. And as you breathe out, drift your right ear down towards your right shoulder. Now keep your jaw nice and relaxed. And just notice whether the right shoulder has started to lift up. Relax that right shoulder down. And if it's right for you, close the eyes and explore that stretch that's developed down the left side of the neck. Take a breath in, lift the head. And as you breathe out, drift the ear down to the other side. Relax that left shoulder away from the ear and explore that stretch down the right side of the neck. And breathe in, lift the head. Next breath out, tucks the chin in and allows the forehead to come forward. So we're just working with the head and neck. And just explore how that stretch feels down the back of the neck. And maybe you can feel it in between the shoulder blades. Keep anchoring, relaxing the shoulders back and down. Take a breath in to lift the head and then lift up. So now you're creating a stretch down the very front of the throat. Just notice if you can feel that stretch develop deeper down into the upper chest. And you might like to send the lower jaw beyond the upper jaw. Then release the jaw. Breathe in to lift the head back up. Don't forget to soften in the knees as well. Okay, make the knees nice and relaxed. Okay, we're going to take 3 sun breaths. We're going to take a big breath in. Bring the arms all the way up. And as you breathe out, come down the center line. And relax the arms down. 2 more times. Big breath in. And breath out. And again, big breath in. And breath out. Rest the arms down by the side. Take a breath in. And breath out. We're going to add a forward bend to this sun breath salutation. Breathe in, big circle. And then as you breathe out, soften the knees, take the arms wide and come all the way down into a very relaxed forward bend. You can bend the knees as much as you need to here. We're going to come back up again with an inhale. Breathe in, send the arms out to the side and come all the way back up. And exhale down the center line. Rest the arms down. We'll do that one more time. Big circle. Breath out, open the arms wide. Draw the belly to the back of the waist. That will support the lower back. Soften the knees and relax all the way down. When we stay down here this time, we're going to rest the hands on the shins so the palms go towards the shins. See if you can straighten up the legs, lifting the sit bones and lengthen the spine forward. And then relax down again, soft and relaxed. We'll do that one more time to help liven the back of the legs. Hands to shins. Lift the sit bones, lengthening down the back of the legs, lengthening the spine forward. And relax down. Take a big breath in, bring the arms all the way out to the side. Keep the knees bent though as the arms come up. And keep lifting all the way up. And exhale down the center line. Rest the arms down, take a breath in. And breath out. Well done. I'm going to turn to the side. Okay, we're going to work our chair pose together, but I'll demonstrate for you first of all. Okay, so our chair pose, we stand to the side with our feet together here. Okay, I'm going to breathe in, bring the arms up. And then as we breathe out, you're going to sink down, relax the ankles and the knees. And we'll work with the breath. So as we breathe in, we'll come up. And then exhale to lower the arms down. Okay, we'll do this together. We're going to do it 3 times. Okay, when you're ready, breathe in, arms up. And breathe out to relax down, knees, ankles, sink the sit bones down. As soon as you feel the breath come back in again, breathe in to come up. And breathe out to lower. Well done. And we'll do that again. Breathing to come up. Now, if you're working with high blood pressure, you can keep those arms at shoulder height, okay? That might be a more comfortable option for you, okay? Working with the breath, so your inhale will lift you up and your exhale will relax down. For our third time, we're going to hold it for 3 breaths, but remember you can come up whenever you need to. Breathe in to come up and breathe out to sink down. Three breaths. So think about the energy running up the arms all the way out the fingertips. And breathe in to come up. And breathe out to lower. Just rest the arms down by the side of the body. Take a breath in. And breath out. And just release the effort in the body. Well done. Okay, so we're going to start to come into our standing posture sequences that we're going to look at today. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1, and Warrior 2. And this is why I've got the chair here as well. Okay, because in Warrior 1, it can just challenge the balance a little bit when we first get ourselves organised. I'll demonstrate the posture for you first of all, and then we'll walk through it step by step together. Okay. So you come to the narrow end of the mat. Okay, and you rest your hands on the hips. That just helps relax the shoulders down. Then you take a big step back with your right leg. Now it's at this point, just make sure you've got that chair there, because when you step back on this narrow gate, okay, you might feel a bit wobbly, okay? And if that's the case, you can move that front leg out to the edge of the mat, okay? Then you take a breath in. I'll just demonstrate the posture for you. And sink down. Lower the arms down and bring the legs back. We're going to work dynamically with the breath, and we're going to just start by working the hands resting down on the hips there, okay? So you come to the front end of your mat, rest the hands on the hips and take a big step back with that right leg. Hold on if you need to. Okay, but right now we've got the legs straight, okay? If you need to, take that front leg out to the side a little bit, okay? That'll help you with your balance. Resting the hands on the hips, you're thinking about anchoring down into that back heel, just as we did when we were using the chair, okay? Another pointer is you're bringing these hips around to the front end of the mat. All we're going to do is bend that front knee. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, sink down in that front knee. And breathing in to come up. Good. Can you do that 2 more times? Breathe in. And on the out breath, just bend the knee down. Breathe in to come up. Breathing out to sink down. Breathing in to come up. And then bring that back leg forward. Okay, we're going to go straight to the other side, working dynamically, 3 breaths. Rest the hands on the hips. Take that big step back, or you've got the chair there to help you with your balance, okay? Organise the feet, okay? Very important to have your scaffolding in the right place, your support network, which today is your feet, okay? So if you need to, take that front leg out to the side. Then we're thinking of bringing these hips around square with the narrow end of the mat. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, bend. Your breath in brings you up. 2 more times. Breath out, sinking down. And straighten. And down. And straighten. And slowly bring that back leg forward. Or rest the arms down. Well done. So you get a bit of an idea of how that feels for you. Okay, now you can either stay with the hands on the hips and working in that dynamic way, or we're going to take it a little step further by holding it for 3 to 6 breaths and adding the arms. Okay, but you always work to your measure. Okay, there's always quality work to be had no matter where you're at with your posture. Okay, it's your yoga. So we come to the front end of the mat and prepare yourself from Tadasana. Rest the hands on the hips, take a big step back. Organize your feet. Feel stable. Then bring the hips around. Think about that back leg, really important to be powering down into that back heel. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, bend that front knee. And then if you want to, breathe in and raise the arms up. So if you've got your arms up, imagine you're holding a crown. So the arms are strong, the fingers are energized, and you are a strong warrior, majestic with your crown. 3 to 6 breaths, and then lower the arms down, and carefully bring that back leg forward, resting the arms down. Well done. Okay, we're going to go straight to the other side. So once again, hands on the hips, relax the shoulders, a big step back. Take your time to set yourself up. Bring those hips around. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, bend that front knee. When I'm bending the front knee, but I'm thinking about powering down into that back leg. Bringing the hips round again. Breathe in and raise the arms up. So we're not throwing the head back, but we can take the eye gaze up, but just be aware when you adjust your eyesight to, it can play with your balance as well. Again, imagine you've got that lovely crown lifted up in the air. You're a majestic, strong warrior. 3 to 6 breaths. And then lower the arms down very carefully. Bring that back leg together. Rest the arms down, a resting breath in and out. Well done. Okay, that was Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Okay, we're going to look at Warrior 2 now. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate it for you first of all, and then we're going to break it down in stages together. Okay, so we're going to take the legs nice and wide. We'll turn out our right toes, turn up heel of the left toes. Warrior 2. Okay, so you know where you're heading. Okay, so we take our legs as probably a little bit wider than you think, okay, but there's a few little safety pointers that I want to go through with you, particularly if you've got any hip issue, okay. So classically, the lineup for Warrior 2 would be you turn out your right toes, and then the left foot, okay, the toes can either be facing forward or slightly in, okay? And the lineup classically would be that heel would be in line with the center of that back foot. However, it completely depends on the rotation of what's available in the hips. But what's most important here is that when you bend the knee is following the line of the toes and the shin and the ankle. So there's no point placing your foot out here if the knee is going to fall inwards, okay? That's just going to put unnecessary stress on that knee. And if that's you, bring that foot forward, okay? Bring the foot forward so that when you do bend the knee is following the line of the shin and the foot. Okay, so it's your warrior two. Okay, in yoga, one size is definitely not fit all. Okay, so taking your legs nice and wide, turning the right toes out, swinging out that left heel. Now the hips again, if I do nothing, I want to kind of swing my hip out to the side. A little bit more effort required though. We're going to bring those hips back in line, and that immediately switches on your thighs as well. Okay, bring the arms out to the side, and it's almost as if you're being stretched from one side of the wall to the other. Look along that right arm, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, you're going to bend down in that right knee. We're working dynamically, so as soon as you're down, take a breath in to come back up again. 2 more times. Exhale, sink down. Inhale to come up. Exhale to sink down. And come up. Good. You're going to turn your toes forward. Just relax the arms. Give the shoulders a roll. And we'll go to the other side. Okay. So just going to turn out the left toes. Swing out the heel of that right foot, or turn the toes in, or have them facing forward. And then just know where this foot should be for you. Okay. It could be that bringing it forward is much better for you. All right. And then again, we'll walk up the legs. So I'm thinking about my hips now, and I'm going to bring those hips back in line. Okay. And I'm zipping up here as well. So my legs start to feel a lot more switched on. Breathe in, bring the arms out to the side, relax the shoulders, stretch from one side of the room to the other. Look along, breathe in, and breathe out and sink down. Then take a breath in to come up, and breathing out to sink down.
Do this.
Breathing in to come up, and exhale.
You do that.
Turn the toes forward. You're just going to bring your hands behind you, okay? I'm just going to show you my hands as well. I'll come forward to the screen. I'm just going to turn around. Can you see the heels of my hand here are together? Okay. Try and encourage the heels of your hand together. Okay. Sometimes we work with the hands in this position, but I feel that sometimes that can strain the wrist. Okay. Also can encourage a hyper mobility in the elbows as well. You can overextend. Bringing the heels together, it heels of the hands together, kind of restricts the movement a little bit, but I think it makes you work a little bit safer. Okay, so clasping the fingers together, we've got our legs out. We're going to come into a forward fold. So coming forward, and when you're forward, you can lift those hands off the back of the waist. And then lower down, extend the spine forward, extend those hands beyond the buttocks to come up. Release the hands and heel toe the legs in. Let's give the legs a shake. Well done. Okay, so this time we're going to work Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. We're going to hold it for 3 to 6 breaths, okay? We're going to think about where, how, and where we're working in the pose, all right? Remember, you can continue working dynamically with the breath, whatever suits you, okay? So rest the hands on the hips, relax the shoulders, take those legs nice and wide. Good. So we're turning out the right toes, sending the left heel out, and then bringing those hips back to center. Bring the arms out to the side. Relax the shoulders, lengthen down the arms, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, sink down. Now, a few things here whilst you're working your Warrior 2. This knee send it to the back of the room, okay? Don't let that knee start to fall in, okay? Think about it going to the outside edge of that foot. But don't forget this side as well. There's just as much weight in this foot as there is in this foot, okay? Don't let that bent knee overshoot the foot. 3 to 6 breaths. And come on up. Turn the toes forward. Just relax the arms down. We'll go straight to the other side. So, turning out the left toes, swinging out the heel, bringing the hips back to center, making sure you're working to your measure. Breathe in, bring the arms out. Now, as you breathe out, look along and begin to sink down in that left knee. Again, thinking about all those pointers, lots going on. Energy down that back leg. Left knee, drift into the back of the room. And start to play with this sinking down. Good. Three to 6 breaths. And then push into the heel. That'll help you come up. Bring those forward. Watch the fingers behind you. Clasp the feet together, send them beyond the buttocks, draw in the belly, and come forward. Okay. Lift the hands off the back of the waist. Lower the arms down, and send those hands beyond the buttocks. They'll help lift you all the way up. Release the hands, heel toe the legs in, and come up, give the legs a shake, and just release the effort. Well done. So a couple of variations to look at with our warrior 2. We're going to look at reverse warrior and bowing warrior. Okay, so these warrior postures, they're all about strength and confidence. So feel strong in your posture and imagine that you are that warrior. Okay, so we're going to do these variations together. Big wide legs, you might start to notice that you can sink a little bit deeper in your warrior as you go on. Maybe, maybe not. Hands on the hips, relax the shoulders. Turning out your right toes, swinging out that left heel, bringing those hips back in line. Good. Bring the arms out to the side, stretching. Look along and sink down. Okay, for our reverse warrior, the left arm is going to come down. The right hand is going to rotate, palm face up, take a breath in and arch back. Eye gaze, just slightly up underneath that arm. Keeping the lower body just where it is. See if you can come back into warrior 2. And straighten. Toes forward, relax the arms down. Let's go to the other side. Organize the feet. Bring those hips to the center. Take the arms out to the side. Take a breath in, look along. And as you breathe out, sink down. Good. Reverse warrior, rest that right arm down. Rotate the whole of the arm on the left side, breathe in and arch back. Come back into warrior 2. And straighten. Turn the toes forward, relax the arms down. Just heel toe the legs in a little bit and just release the effort in the body. Well done. Bowing warrior, our last warrior. So rest the arms on the hips and relax your shoulders. Take the legs nice and wide. Turning the right toes out, Swinging out that heel and bringing those hips back in line. Release the hands, take them out nice and wide. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, bend down in that right knee. Think about that sinking down. Now, our bowing warrior, we take the hands behind you, just as you did before when we were doing that forward fold. Clasp the fingers together, send those hands beyond the buttocks. And then think about that right shoulder. You're going to see if you can offer that right shoulder somewhere in the direction of that right knee. Keep the eye gaze down. Pretty much as soon as you're down, take a breath in, push through the right heel, and that'll help lift you up. Release the hands, come back into warrior two. And straighten. Turn the toes forward. Relax the arms down. Other side. Left toes out. And right toes facing forward or turning in. Hips back to center. Breathing, come up. As you breathe out, look along and sink down. Can you feel that you're maybe sinking a little bit deeper? Send that left knee to the back of the room. Keep powering down in this right foot. Then we're going to take the arms behind us, clasp the fingers together. Think about that left shoulder. It's going to come all the way down towards that left knee. As soon as you're down, you're going to come up, power down into that left heel. That'll help you come up. Release the arms. Your last warrior. Straighten. Turn the toes forward. Well done. Bring the arms behind you. Clasp those fingers together. One more time. Draw the shoulders back, opening up the chest. You can soften the knees as much as you want to extend the spine forward. Lift the hands off the back of the waist so the head comes down towards the floor. But then begin to soften. Lower those hands and release the arms down towards the floor. Bend the knees as much as you need to and come into a very soft, ragdoll-like wide forward fold. You might even want to just gently swing the upper body from side to side. Everything's nice and loose. Relax the head here. Okay, those hands are going to come up onto the hips. And as you breathe in, extend the spine forward. Soften through the knees and come up. Well done. Bring the legs together. And release the effort in the body. So let's explore how we're feeling from this warrior sequence. So we work quite hard, okay? So coming to your mountain pose once more, be it feet together or a little bit further apart. And if it's right for you, gently close the eyes. And notice the most dominant sensation in the body. So do you have a part of the body that's drawing your attention? Maybe it's the body systems of the breath. Maybe it's the heart rate. Maybe it's the temperature of the body. Maybe you can sense the lightness and tingling down the arms, through the hands. Well done, just release the effort in the body. We're going to come to sitting down on the mat now. So just use whatever it is that makes you feel comfortable, okay? We're going to do a few seated twists first of all, and then we'll come all the way down onto the back body, okay, for our relaxation. So I'm going to get what I like to sit on, okay, so I've got a block, but it could be that you prefer to sit on a pillow or cushion or nothing at all, okay? And we're going to sit in staff pose, Dandasana. I'll just come forward so I'm in the middle of. So, okay. Staff pose. Primarily, we're thinking about that lovely long spine, and for some of you, you might prefer to have that spine up against the wall to give you some support, because actually having a self-supporting spine is quite a tricky thing to achieve. You can help yourself by bringing your hands quite close in behind you, and you can use cup fingers to lengthen the spine up. So you're trying to get this lift all the way from the very lower back. The legs are working hard as well. So the legs are outstretched, you're drawing the toes back, and you're offering the soles of the feet to the wall. The thighs are drawing in, okay? If you lift those thighs in, the pelvis just slightly tilts forward, okay? And that gets that lower back stretch coming from nice and low, okay? Now then, if you need to work with the fingers there, helping you lift that spine nice and tall, then that's quality work for you, okay? But it could be that you can bring the hands just either side, and then you've got that self-supporting spine. Take 3 breaths here. Okay. Right leg drawing up. The heel of this foot can come in as close to you as is available, but it actually doesn't matter where it sits, okay? So something that's comfortable for you. We're going to do an open twist first of all, which means that we're using the same arm as leg, okay? So I've got my right leg drawn in. I'm going to take my right arm around the front of that right knee. And as I do that, it's an opportunity to lengthen the spine even more, okay? I've got a free hand here, and it's coming behind me. I'm going to use cup fingers and lift the spine on the inhale. And as I exhale, I'm going to twist to that open side, okay? So towards the outstretched leg. And come back to center. Keep the leg where it is. We're going to do a closed twist, okay? So we take the opposite hand, bring that round the front, and bring that back hand behind you. Already you can start to feel a twist coming in. Breathe in, lengthen. And as you breathe out, rotate. So I really like these closed twists, but for some the open twists are more comfortable, okay? So if the open twist works for you better, then you can stay, you know, with that open side, okay? What we're doing here is massaging the internal organs, and they're quite detoxifying, and also they might raise your temperature. So just notice any of these effects, particularly the temperature. You may start to hear your tummy rumble and gurgle. Unravel. Stretch the legs out. Give the legs a shake. Okay, other side. So we're going to bend up the left foot. Bring it nice and close in. Okay, thinking about that lovely tall spine. We're going to take same arm as leg, the open twist first of all. Lift up. And then we bring that hand behind. Don't forget about that outstretched leg, okay, that's still working. Breathe in, lift the spine. And as you breathe out, rotate. Well done. Come back to center. Now the closed version, so it's the opposite arm. Take the opposite arm across. Bring the hand behind you. Breathe in, lift up. And as you breathe out, begin to rotate. And come back to center. stretch the legs out. Just give them a bit of a shake. Well done. Okay. So we're going to come onto the back body now. We're going to lie down. You can keep your knees bent though, okay? And if you want to have a pillow under your head, you can do. It's not necessary unless you're used to using one, or unless you just need a bit of support with the back of the head, okay? But also get yourself your blanket maybe a little bit close by, so that when we come to do the relaxation in a moment, that you don't have to get up or disturb yourself too much. Okay, so if you wanted to put socks on, you can do. All right, but this is how we're going to find ourselves. Okay, we're going to come all the way down. I'm going to move my chair out of the way, and we're going to come down with bent knees, feet flat on the floor. And when you come down onto the floor, just bring the arms down by the side of the body, palms face up, and just allow the spine to find its natural alignment, okay? So just allow those natural curves to form. Take the effort out of the legs here. You might feel more comfortable resting the inside of the knees together and swinging those heels out, okay? So the feet are about hip width apart, they can be wider, the toes are slightly turned in, and the inside of the knees are connecting. Now, in order to encourage a sense of relaxation and softening here, use your breath. Draw your breath all the way down, or imagine you're sending your breath all the way down into your belly. And as you breathe out, just relax. So 3 breaths. Now we can prepare for our final spinal twist. So separate the knees, but we are going to keep those feet quite wide apart, okay? So the outside edges of your feet can come somewhere in line with the outside edges of your mat, okay? So your feet are still on the mat. You've just widened the feet enough to line up the outside edges of your feet with the edge of the mat. Bring the arms out to shoulder height. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, you're going to drift both knees very slowly with that exhale over to the right. This is quite a wide leg spinal twist. So just imagine that left knee is drifting somewhere in the direction of the sole of the right foot, okay? Just in that direction. And then you're starting to explore a softening across the whole of the body. So these postures, at first when we move into them, we kind of hold ourselves here. So close the eyes. Be very aware of which parts of the body that we feel the resistance. And use your exhale. So as you breathe in, your exhale releases and softens in that direction. There's quite a deep stretch in that left quad muscle, down that thigh. You might feel it wrapping around the waist on that left side. And if the lower part of the body is feeling nice and comfortable, take a breath in. And as you exhale, just gently turn your head to the opposite direction of the knees. We're going to come back up again. Breath in brings the head back to center. Next breath in lifts those knees back up. Just spend a moment, okay, once again exploring equal weight through both sides of the body. So through the feet, back of the waist, shoulder blades, arms, center of the back of the head. And then we'll go to the other side. So your breath in first of all. Breathe out, drift the legs over to the left. Now take the time to allow the body to go from holding itself here to releasing. Once the body starts to soften and settle, you can turn your head to the opposite direction of the knees. Breathe in, bring the head back to center. And your next breath in lifts those knees back off to center. Just let those knees rest against each other one more time. Bring the arms a little bit closer, swing the heels out. Letting the back body soften and settle. And then just bring the feet together again. So the knees, ankles, and feet are together. Take a breath in. Now as you breathe out, very slowly draw that right knee in towards the body. Rest the hands around the top of the shin and just use the weight of the arms very gently to draw that thigh in. Release the leg down. We'll go to the other side, take a breath in. Breathe out, draw that left knee in. Rest the hands on the shin and draw that thigh in. And release. We're going to come into our final relaxation. So this is where you get yourself as comfortable as possible. Now, if you've got any sensation in the lower back, staying with the knees bent and the feet flat on the floor, maybe creating that pyramid shape with the lower legs might be right for you. Or you might prefer to stretch those legs out in classical Shavasana one at a time. So whilst you're getting yourself nice and cozy and warm with a blanket, with a pillow, anything you need to make yourself cozy, I'm going to make my way to sitting up, okay, and prepare for our relaxation. So our relaxation is a really vital part of the class. We've actually worked quite hard through our standing postures and all the asana practice today. So our Shavasana, or our relaxation, is the part of the class where we're not asking anything of the physical body. And it lets the body consolidate the practice that's gone before. So just allow yourself to start to feel as comfortable as possible. I'm hoping that you got yourself under the blanket or put your socks on, making yourself nice and comfortable. The arms are resting down by the side of the body and the palms are face up. And we turn the palms up just to indicate to the body very subtly that we're allowing the physical body to surrender. It also widens across the chest and allows the shoulders to release back and down. And then we're starting to explore the activity that's still switched on in the body. So if it's comfortable, have your eyes closed and just have a little wander around the body in the mind and notice any sensation, any feedback that the body is giving you now. And if you recognize any dominant sensation, any physical sensation, use your breath. So take a breath in and send the exhale in that direction. So it's almost as if you are melting away the activity and tension. So we can work our way through the body, actively instructing a sense of release and relaxation. So take your awareness to your shoulders. As you breathe out, allow your shoulders to relax back and down, releasing all tension held in your shoulders. Now bring your awareness to your ribs. Feel the ribs expand on your inhale. And as you exhale, feel the rib cage reduce and have a sense of sinking the back of the ribs down towards the front. Next, take your awareness to your abdomen. Relax the belly fully. Release all tension held in around the abdominal space. And notice the thighs. The legs are outstretched. Just allow the thighs to release and relax, as if they're rolling away from each other in opposite directions. Relax your shins, the ankles, and the feet. The whole of your legs feel heavy and relaxed. Next, rest your awareness on that space in between the eyebrows. Soften across your forehead and imagine that you are widening that space in between your eyebrows. Relax your cheek. Release the lower jaw from the upper jaw. Relax your throat. Be aware that the whole of the facial muscles are beginning to release all tension held. Your face feels soft and relaxed. Now allow your focus to be on your breath. Your soft, smooth inhale and your soft, smooth exhale. Don't try to change the breath in any way. Just observe your body breathing peacefully. You're aware that your whole body is feeling rested and at ease. Rest here for a while. We'll begin to send our awareness externally once more. See if you can pick up any sounds that you can hear around you or outside of your room. And then visualize yourself lying in your home. feel the contact points of your body and the floor. So be aware of the connection at the back of the head, the shoulders, back of the waist, and heels. Brush your thumb pad over each fingertip. Notice the sensation of touch. And then start to make more exaggerated movement through the wrists, the fingers, the toes, and the ankles. Now, when you're ready and in your own time, you're going to bring yourself onto the right side of the body. So curl up in that fetal position to the right side, but only if that side suits you. Use your hands as a pillow and rest on the side body for a few breaths. Now, when you're ready, use your inhale and your hands to push yourself up to a comfortable seated position. So when you come up to seated, you're sitting with a nice tall spine and relaxed shoulders. And if it's right for you, bring your hands to your heart center. Just bow your head in honor of your practice today. Namaste. Thank you. So I really hope that you enjoyed this class with me today. It's an absolute pleasure to be able to continue to connect with you. I'm going to switch the mute off. You can put your video back on if you do want to chat. Okay, I'll be here for a few more minutes. But equally, if you feel actually now you're just ready to switch off and go about your daily business, then you do so too. Okay, so I'm here for you if you want to ask any questions or say goodbye or chat. But equally, I hope you have a very lovely rest of your day and weekend.